Christina.
And we're the Gorgeous Geeks.
And I didn't like the season 10 final season premiere of Smallville.
You know what? It was way better than a lot of the season premieres. It's just that the season finale was just so, like, impeccable.
Okay, that was, like, their best
season finale ever.
Don't say impeccable. I mean, it was up to a new level, but it was up to a new level for Smallville. I mean, it's not like you just saw a Lost episode or a season finale of Angel or Buffy or something.
But it was
like
still
that.
really good.
Okay, it was like that was the best season of Smallville.
And so I was expecting the premiere to be on the same level, and I don't think it was on the same level as it. Christina didn't like it at all. I liked it. It was
the thing was, okay, here's what upsets me the most. It's not anybody's fault but my own. It was that I actually let myself be excited and anticipated this, and I trusted them that I would be satisfied.
What were you thinking?
I don't know what I was thinking, but some of you are out there probably thinking, I thought it was awesome. No, and here's why. If anybody says Tom Welling should play Superman, I hope you are ashamed of yourself, because his acting in his near-death experience was so just terrible.
That part, okay, it was cheesy. It was cheesy when he was like, I can be a hero. And that was really bad. But later on in the episode, his acting was better. So I think...
No, you are confused. Okay, here's the thing. Wrong with people.
I'm confused.
No, yes. Here's the thing. No, a lot of people are confused. I'm going to explain things.
Okay, explain my confusion.
Okay. Some people think that Tom Welling is a really good actor. And here's the
I
truth.
didn't say he was. I said it got
better. No, but you think he got better or something. No, that's not true. Okay, he basically he's been playing the same role for like 10 years now. And he does similar monologues, similar sayings, similar looks, similar things, basically every episode. And when he's asked to do some range, that's where you see his fault line. He didn't do anything that was anti-Clark, or anything different throughout the rest of the episode that was anything different than what he's been doing.
I'm not saying he deserves an Oscar for his acting in the end of the episode. I said his acting was better than the beginning.
Well, just because... That's just like saying... just because something is like hideous doesn't mean that it was cute later because something else is cute because it was compared to that. If two things are still ugly, they're still,
I understand what you're saying. I just think you're being really harsh on the guy when there's been worse on the show.
That's pretty bad for him. I don't.
It was
surely there's been worse actors, and he's not the worst actor or anything. As a matter of fact, Kryptonite site, every time they have that poll for best actor of a season, they always vote for him, even though Callum Blue should have won it last season.
Colin!
I don't know what you guys are thinking, but
Mr.
that was really, really, really bad, and it deserved another take. And if that was the other take, then you should have done another one. The sun came up, then it's cut, healed, and it just started glowing. I'm like, why? I'm like, we would have understood if it just closed. Why did it glow?
Because he got the
glow. You're feeling fine, you got the glow.
I don't know the rest of the words.
I don't know it either.
But anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, go on to the next part of the episode.
Okay. Chloe is just driving me crazy. First of all, shouldn't you be I know she's got a lot of fans and she's been there since the beginning, but are they trying to trick people who are her fans and don't know that she's not going to be there the entire season? She's only going to be in a few episodes. She's not a series regular, and she's still in the intro credits. So I don't know if they're trying to trick people or what, who don't look up all this information. The thing about Chloe, it's not like I always just liked her or anything. This is like a recent thing. But they just keep they give her too much value. They give
too much importance?
Too much importance. They do. I know that sounds terrible, but here's the thing. When they traded her for Oliver, I'm just like, why is she more important than the billionaire superhero?
Why do they have to go Jack Bauer on him? That's one thing I
don't
know. Understand.
The government, they don't need to. I don't doubt that they do, but they have truth drugs and all that stuff.
I don't understand why they needed to go Jack Bauer on
there's
him like that.
There's no reason to... And they were asking him questions about his satellite. Why trade up Chloe? She's not going to give that information away. And if they could pry it from her, then they could have pried it from him, you know? I just don't understand why the trade. She didn't tell Clark that he was missing, that Oliver was missing. She just went and she got the Fate's helmet. She's like, I knew you tried to stop me, Clark. And then Clark had to go do something else, and she didn't want to tell him what she was doing or whatever, and she just went and made the trade. If you knew where he was, why wouldn't you tell Clark so he could break into the building and save Oliver that way? Why send them both in a headspin and have them wondering where she is the entire season?
Well, Chloe was, and I know some people will probably disagree with me, but I think Chloe is one that who encourages Clark, but really doesn't believe in him as much as she claims she does.
Oh, that's so true.
And so maybe she saw in the future and she saw what was going to happen, and she didn't think Clark would have enough time to save Oliver and Lois and the car damage that would have happened if the globe would have hit the street. But
if she sees the future face, and she must have thought everything will be okay. I mean, did she see that Oliver would have died if she didn't make that assessment? I don't think she did. I don't think they haven't made it appear that it works that way, since they're so dead set on, this is I saw my fate, this is my destiny. You know, she makes these noble sacrifices that she thinks are so noble, but they're so selfish. Like when she ran away with Davis and jeopardized her marriage with Jimmy, and she all said it was for the sake of Clark. Crap, Chloe, you're full of crap. Crap. It's a lie. Like, you think you're so noble running off and trading places for Oliver? He's Clark's friend too.
That is true. He is Clark's friend as well. She made it seem like it was her problem and not his. You know, when Oliver is friends to all of them, she could have called Black Canary and Hawkman and all the rest of the future Justice League to go and help try and find Oliver. But I mean, when she discovered where his location was, or the people that contacted him, there were so many options she could have taken, and she just. To me, she wanted to be a martyr, and I don't know. It was just, I still don't understand how
write her out of the story.
I still don't understand why.
Okay, this Lex thing. I know people are upset because Michael Rosenbaum's not in the episode. You know what? I would so prefer him, but here's the thing. They really want him to come back, and it's really in Michael's court right now.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't want to come back, there's nothing that we or they can do about it, so I don't think we should necessarily hold it against them. So they went on with this Clone Lex story.
Which fits, it's fine, it's totally something that'll happen in the DC universe.
It's fine. But here's the thing that drove me crazy. Okay, you have this evil Lex that is dying, and so he wants to make his mark on the world and mess up Clark, and he knows he can't kill him, I guess. So even though he's dying and he doesn't have a lot of time because, they had to cram everything in this episode, he goes to the barn, knocks Lois out, drags her to the cornfield.
That's kind of funny. She's like,
puts her up in the post, and then he somehow gets a bomb on the rooftop of the Day Planet and tells Clark, "You have to choose one because you're not fast enough to do both."
How did he know he wasn't fast enough to do both?
Oh well, he made this assumption, but I'm just like, why would you put the bomb on top of the roof? Why wouldn't you have it set up so the worst case scenario would be your highest option?
Joker would never have made that mistake.
Because the globe could have just fallen and it could have just destroyed a car, just some property damage
underneath it.
Well, there were people there when he saved it and looking, so I don't know. Maybe somebody got hurt. No, I think people were watching, anticipating to be crushed to death. Some people are dumb that way, but
yeah. I guess so.
I mean, but there was no way for him to be sure that anybody would have got hurt. Why not? Because he wanted people to see that Clark failed. So why not put the bomb inside the building where people could get hurt. Why attack the globe? Why?
I don't know.
Why
that
the
was
globe?
Like villain mistake 101.
I was complaining about
like,
that.
If Lex Luthor was an actual person, he would be so upset. He'd be so upset. That episode, I would never put it on the top. I'd put it in the middle.
My mom overheard it, and she's like, yeah, that was what me complaining about. She's like, yeah, that was really stupid. I'm like, seeing this coming from the woman who just watched the movie about the abominable snowman today on the Sci-Fi Channel. She's like, it was a Yeti. I'm like, see? She's like, but that was really stupid. I'm like, yeah, that was really stupid. That's the best you can come up with. This is like your last hurrah. You did all these other things, but you didn't have time for a better plan. But you had time to climb all those stairs and properly position the bomb to make it fall at the right angle. And then Clark was like, I saved everybody and I pushed myself farther than I ever have before.
What he really saved? Lois and car insurance and property damage.
And I'm like, you pushed yourself farther than you ever have before? Are you kidding me? Season finale, you just stabbed yourself.
Maybe he ran faster than before. Your face is so funny right now.
No! No! You saved everybody? No, you didn't, Clark! No, you didn't! Like, oh, who wrote this?
That was really, it was interesting. Like, I don't know. I assumed that the bomb was gonna be, I don't know.
I'm just aggravated now with these stupid mistakes. Like, of course Tess would wake up in a lab with nobody around, no security, no scientists, no anything.
Maybe people wanted it to happen. Maybe they wanted the Lexus to get out.
Maybe, and of course she would come out and find a lab coat with the card inside the pocket.
It was placed there on purpose. It had to have been. I don't believe that. It's too silly to be by mistake.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
You don't think...
Okay, I think it's possible.
You think I'm giving them too much credit?
I do think you're giving them too much credit. I do think it is possible that all of that could have possibly been planned, but they've made stupid mistakes like that all the time. I don't think they think all these things through, and I'm just a little aggravated. It's the 10th season. You can't plot out some scene just to make a cool thing to go in the intro with him catching that globe and jumping up in the air. It's like, oh, let's write this in because I think it look cool in the
And
intro.
by the way, I told you guys,
just blow me off with CGI.
Let me say something. I told you guys during the season finale, I said he did not fly and catch that globe. He jumped. I told you he jumped, and I told you guys Lois was going to be there to pull that dagger out of him, and he was not going to fly away. I just had to say that.
And I do have to quote myself, Smallville shouldn't make season finales, because you sure can't make season premieres.
But I still think that was one of the better premieres. Way better than when he fought.
Do I have to go back to my ugly thing analogy?
Okay. Okay, but still.
I mean, it wasn't like the worst episode or anything ever. I was just disappointed because I was actually excited to see this episode.
Well,
it was
whenever you build your hopes up really high, I mean, you know.
I mean, even if this was a middle of the season episode, this would still not be a very good episode, and I'd still complain about the same things. But I was just watching it, and I'm like,
for Smallville, I mean, it was it was better than what some of the other ones.
It was mediocre.
It's just that last season was just so knocked out of the park and stuff. So what did you think about the dark side smoke at the end?
I mean, you could tell it was fake, but I thought the CGI was decent, I guess. There's a bunch of other things coming up this season, hopefully, that can cheer me up after this, Brainiac 5, and I don't care about Supergirl coming back. I'm looking forward to seeing Aquaman. Terry Hatcher's going to play Lois's mom,
which is what was on our list. We said in our top 10 things, things we wanted to happen in the season 10. We said we would love for Terry Hatcher to come back and even play Lois's mom. And they're doing it. They're doing it. That's what we said.
I'm looking forward to these kinds of things happening, and hopefully they'll pick me back up. You know what? The thing is, last season was actually good. Last season was actually good. We complained every other season, like every single episode, and last season was actually good.